And a new pitcher as well, Sung-Won Oh. Our Chevy called to the pen. Oh, and the rare blemish, what has been a good resume in his first major league season against the Cubs. But this guy has been outstanding.
It's about the only bad game he had was yesterday when he gave up the 3 runs in 1 inning.
It was a home run to Chris Bryant. One ball, 1 strike. It'll be Worth, Harper, and Zimmerman. Hits it the other way. Slicing towards a line and a foul ball.
Let me run this by you to give you an idea of how many home runs Henry Aaron hit. 755 home runs. Jason Worth's played in the major leagues for 12+ years, about 12 1/4 years. He just turned 36, and on April 19th he hit his 200th home run. And he's a guy that you would consider a slugger.
Sure.
But again, that gives you an idea of how many home runs Henry Aaron had. 755.
And then look at all the home runs, and we talked about it when we were down in Atlanta. Second series of the year, all the home runs he had after his age 35 season. It's incredible.
It's just unbelievable.
I mean, for some guys, it's a career. There's a ground ball, got him to reach, taken there by Moss. I think a good question would be, how many will he wind up with before it's all said and done?
Excellent segue, because one of those, his 12th of the year, came on this breaking ball to Bryce Harper, and it was clubbed a ton to right field. Mercy me.
As Jim Edmonds called it, that's the tornado zone. You see why.
Usually that tornado is in the form of a bat coming through that red area.
And I guess, Tim, you think about protection around him. How many pitches a game will he see to hit? I mean, he's not in the Barry Bonds status yet.
No.
Which no one would even pitch to Bonds.
Of course, Bonds became that type of hitter about when he was 10 years older, I think.
Without question.
Yeah, yeah.
I know some fans don't like him. I love watching this guy play.
No,
always have.
Play. Oh, boy. It's one of those terms in baseball that is held for one of the highest forms of reverence. He's an animal, and he is. When players say that about another player, it's reverential.
Great respect.
Yes.
The 2-2. I found it really interesting. It was about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. There was a quiet poll, if you will, a silent poll of major league players in which they would not be named. They're saying who is the most overrated player in the game, and it was Bryce Harper. And the way I took that was more of a jealousy thing than anything, because he's a terrific player.
Yeah,
but
and
when you're young,
the way
the adulation.
Yeah, and the way he goes about getting it done, too. I mean, he's flashy. You don't like him when you play against him. There are a lot of players like that, though, that are good.
Exactly.
When they're good, you don't like them when you play against them.
I bet if you ask those guys honestly, who would you want to have on your team in the middle of your lineup, this would be one of the answers.
In a second.
And he's late with that swing, and picks up the strikeout. This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the St. Louis Cardinals. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals. It's Harper, it's Trout, it's Machado. Great young players coming up. Just thinking this particular area. One night you go watch Bryce Harper play right field. The other night you go to Baltimore and you're watching Manny Machado play third base or short.
Good. Orioles a couple of games back in the American League East. I believe it's I think it's 2 games behind Boston going into tonight, right? We'll find that out shortly. I will. Yes, there were 2 back of Boston going in, with Jackie Bradley 0 for 3 going for his 30th consecutive game hitting streak.
Papelbon is getting loose, the closer for the Nationals. The check swing did not go.
That was close. It's tougher to check a swing for a power hitter than it is for a guy who hits singles. You're a power hitter, you have to generate so much strength, and it's tough to stop the bat through the strike zone.
And a ground ball that's hit to short, gloved by Diaz, and he flips over to Moss. 12 saves on the year, 361 in his career. Randall Grichuk leads it off against Jonathan Papelbon when we come back.